What's going on, everybody? Here we go. Another episode of Make the Right Play. We got the coach on my left, as always. Your buoy behind the camera, making everything work for us, making everything sound good for us. Shout out your buoy and your buoy media for all your media needs in the Pensacola area. Guys, it's a Monday night. We're back. It was a long week, and now we're on a short week. We're back with another episode. We're so excited to talk to you guys. Coach has been talking about this episode all day. She can't wait to be back here with us. Coach, how are you feeling? How you doing today?
I'm feeling fantastic. Last week I was exhausted, but this week I feel great. I'm so happy.
The roles are completely reversed. I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm running on absolute fumes right now. I got like no energy, but we're buzzing. We're ready to go. I can't wait. I love being on the show and being able to talk to you guys. Shout out the chat. Chat's already buzzing. I don't know who this guy is. Odin 33356. Dude, your comments are wild, and I didn't really get it, but it's okay. Hey, listen, I appreciate you showing up, new chatter, so I appreciate you being here. And shout out Dog Matty, who's always here in the chat.
Yeah.
Shout out Dog Matty. Dog Matty, he's got a big week this week, so we're praying for you, Dog Matty. I know it's a lot of stress, but we're praying for you. We love you, dog, and I can't wait to see you in a couple weeks. We're very excited. But, Coach, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot on the docket, a lot to go over. We're going to go over a lot of stuff tonight. But first off, how was your weekend? Good weekend? You feeling good?
All right.
So break it down for us.
Story I have to tell about this weekend.
Yes, of course.
All right. So years ago, when I was young, I was studying to be an actress at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts.
Yep.
And I was a very good actress. You know, things were going good for me. And then one night I had a dream, a dream like one of those dreams that feels so real. So in the dream, this man comes and he's like, "Oh, I want to sign you." So I said, "Okay, that's great, but you have to come with me to my house first because I need you to meet my husband."
And this is all like a dream.
This is all happening in the dream. So he goes, "Oh, really?" I said, "Yeah." So come with me back to my house, which was a little apartment in New York City. It wasn't a house. So he comes with me, and then I'm like yelling, "Hey, Scott, come out. I want you to meet someone. There's somebody who wants to sign me." And then I turn around and I look at the man and I say, "You're the devil." I realized that this was the devil.
In the dream.
In the dream. So then the man gives me a really big smile. And I said, "Well, if the devil wants to sign me, forget it." I said, "Jesus is my agent." That's what I told him. And then all of a sudden, my shoelace was untied. So I bent down, tied my shoelace, stood up, and the apartment started spinning really, really, really fast.
Like Wizard of Oz spin.
Yeah, like it was spinning fast.
Oh, boy.
And all of a sudden, I was surrounded by moving boxes.
Wow.
And I woke up.
I think I remember you telling me about this one.
I
Yeah.
told the confirmation class years ago when I was teaching confirmation.
Yeah.
And I said, that's when a couple of months later I got pregnant with you.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up moving to Connecticut. My whole life changed.
Changed
So I'm
everything.
sure the kids in Branford, Connecticut must have been like, "And now you're a loser. So what is the moral of the story? Now you did nothing for your dreams." But no, actually, so years later, the Holy Spirit called me to move to Pensacola.
Yeah.
I go to the audition. I meet El Rico, right? Life is good.
Shout out El Rico.
Yes. So then, so my movie comes out. I get Achilles tendon surgery. So
Yes.
I can't walk for 12 weeks. It was a very depressing time. So there was an axe retreat. So I go on the axe retreat and I meet a woman from Mississippi and we become friends.
Yeah.
Long story short, I had an audition this weekend and the director says, "You did a great job. That's exactly how I pictured it. But that's because my friend from Mississippi,
Right.
I went to her house. She was teaching me how to talk. She was helping me develop my character. She was
Yep.
taking care of her grandson. Like, she really helped me with all the emotional prep that I needed."
Right.
And I'm like, what are the chances that I would be in a huge depression, go to a retreat to try to, get my groove back because I knew I was going into hip replacement surgery. So that's what was so depressing about it. And I meet this woman from Mississippi who teaches me to the point where I do audition. Who would think this New Yorker could pull off Mississippi?
Coach, I heard you during that, when because this was the callback, wasn't it?
Yes,
this
it was
past
a
weekend.
callback.
So this was the callback, and I remember it was Halloween when you were doing the audition, and you crushed the Mississippi accent.
Oh, when I was
Crushed
doing
it.
Minerva.
You were feeling it.
Well, that was my monologue, but I didn't know what would be on the paper.
Right.
So that's what was so challenging because I'm like, I don't know what, and she was teaching me like, Mississippi people go up here, they go low here.
Yeah.
I mean, and when he said, you said it exactly how I envisioned it when I was writing it, I was like, yeah. So I felt so good. So I don't know if I got the part, but the point is that I know that I can do it.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that was Jesus being my agent.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show, 52 years old, just put your life and trust God, and things will work out for you.
Yeah.
I'm living proof.
I think you're 100% right. I mean, and you know, you have a lot of blessings to show for it. I feel like with putting your faith in God and having Jesus be your agent.
Carlos, the one thing that when I was young, I would be jealous. I remember once I would watch Friends and I would say, I'm better than half these people on Friends. And I would be jealous, right?
Great show.
But I had my kids, I had my family. And then that poor man died in a hot tub. And I said, who would have ever thought that I would end up being richer than that man? Because I had a family, not wealthy, like having money. But I have what counts. I have my soul, and my husband has his soul. Like, we love each other. We have 4 beautiful children. We build a life together. You know, we go to church together. And, you know, it was nice, like, going to church this morning together.
Yeah.
Because this is a time of Advent in the Catholic Church, and you really have to focus on prayer and doing charitable things. And it's nice, like, having that kind of experience with a life partner. Yeah. And that's where your riches are. Your riches aren't with stuff. Your riches are when you could find someone to love and share a life with them and go through the good times and the bad times and grow together.
Right.
It truly is God's greatest blessing, honestly.
Yeah, you're 100% right. We talked about it a little bit last week too. You know, the importance of you know, who you surround yourself with, who your friends are, who the people you associate yourself with. And then obviously the biggest decision you make is who you're going to spend the rest of your life with. So I think that, you know, you're 100% right. It is a blessing when you have somebody that is going to push you to be better, push you to be the best version of yourself. You push them to be the best version of yourself. You work together. Yeah. It's a team effort, and you're 100% right. And you and Dad do it every day. You guys are the perfect example. So we're very fortunate.
The mantra has to be God's will be done.
Yeah.
And if you put your faith in God and you're doing the right thing and you're not trying to control everything yourself, things just happen. And it seems like it's magic.
It's true. It's true, Coach. And listen, you're 100% right. And that's why I've like I say all the time, we're very fortunate to have, you know, such great role models. But
thank you.
Yeah, I gotta give you the credit, Coach. Gotta give you the credit. Great role model. You and Dad.
Feel good.
You and Dad are great role models. But you know, like I said, we said last week, and we continue to say, guys, get back to church, right? Because I think it's so important, because once you get back to church and you sort of, you know, get into a groove where you're really finding what values are important to you, right? You start living those values that you want to have in your partner in the future, and who you want to be with, and that's where it all starts, right? If you don't have any foundation at all, you don't really know what you're looking for. I feel like in a partner, you don't really know what you really want long term. So I think it is important to find that, and you do that by going to church. I feel like
it's easy to get fooled.
Yeah,
and when you don't pray, you don't have discernment. Yeah. So I mean, and there's no fool like an old fool. I'm sorry. That's why you go to the church, and everybody's old going to those daily masses.
Oh gosh, yeah, daily mass this morning, 6:30 a.m. It's tough crowd.
But it was a holy day of obligation. If you notice, we don't have the crucifix this week. I said, let's try to be happy during Advent and do the baby Jesus.
Yeah.
And, you know, instead of Jesus being nailed to the cross during Advent, let's enjoy the baby Jesus this week. So,
I like the baby Jesus. I think we gotta carry it through the Christmas season, the nativity.
Yeah, Christmas is really my favorite time of year, and nothing makes me and honestly, like, nothing makes me happier than when I get to give.
Yeah,
you know,
totally.
Like when they say giving is better than receiving, except for your husband. It's good to receive something nice from your husband.
It's important to receive something nice from the husband. Pressure's on.
Yes. But besides that, it's really good to give. It feels great, you know?
I agree with you 100%. And Christmas time too, because I think that it comes with a lot of stress. And again, we talked about this a little bit last week. I mean, it comes with a lot of stress. But just, you know, you have to think about it as you're doing something nice for somebody who is constantly doing something nice for you, right? Like who loves you every day. Like you want to make them feel special. So make sure you guys, you know, when you're giving gifts, like really put some thought into it. Don't just get like some piece of garbage and just say like, here you go, Merry Christmas. Like put some thought into it. Try to make them feel good, because it is important. So,
well, I have to say, as an American,
wow, there he is in the chat. Wow.
We truly have the joy of giving. Because I think we gave about $8 billion to the Somali pirates.
We gave a lot. Yeah,
we did. If I'm not mistaken, mistaken.
We did, taxpayer dollar.
I think we've actually been very generous in this country.
We have. Too
But
generous, I think, a little bit.
we have to show some of the clips
Okay.
explaining this whole situation. So where do you want to start?
Oh man, Coach, there's a lot of good ones. Let's start with I think our boy Stephen Miller. Let's
All
go
right,
with,
let's
with
go.
him right
Number
off the rip
one.
here. Clip
Number one, your buoy, please.
With all the scams, with pretending that children have autism who are not in fact autistic, with pretending to enroll people in food programs when in fact nobody was ever enrolled, and engaging in massive fraud, lying, and theft and grift on a scale we've never seen before in American history. The total bill, the total tab for this is going to be far beyond the numbers we've already seen reported. We believe the state government is fully complicit in this scheme. And we believe that what we are going to uncover is going to shock the American people. Look, based on the records that we already have, and this is a significant undercount, by the way, 75% of the Somali population in Minnesota is on welfare. But that's likely a significant undercount of just how much of a financial burden the Somali refugee population is imposing on this country.
Wow. So, a little bit about this situation. I think, they were talking about the types of fraud to get these people in the country. Like you have people saying that, oh, we're married to our brother, we're married to our sister, we're married to this person, married to that person, right? Faking marriages, trying to get in. And now you have all this money that's being funneled back to Somalia. It's all being funneled back to Somalia.
The Somali pirates are famous
Yeah.
for being a bunch of lying, thieving bastards.
It's true.
I'm sorry to say, but it's true. That's like, how you have people like the French. Well, I don't even know what the French are anymore, but like the Italians are lovers, right?
Yeah, they're lovers.
The Scottish are
We love
fighters.
loving people.
The Germans are, how like people have.
Yeah.
The Somalis are lying, thieving bastard pirates who they're gonna steal everything. What? What's so funny?
I'm just thinking about that episode of South Park. There's an episode of South Park where Cartman really wants to be a pirate because Pirates of the Caribbean just came out. So he's dressed up as a pirate and he's leading everybody. He's like, all right, mateys, let's go, like be real pirates. And they go to Somalia and they're leading the Somali pirates, raiding the ships and stuff. It's an all-time episode.
I think they even didn't they go on what's his name's boat?
Captain
the Forrest
Phillips.
Gump.
Oh yeah, Captain Phillips. Tom Hanks plays Captain Phillips, and it's about the Somali pirates taking over the ship.
Let me tell you, these people are no joke.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do? Are we gonna say let's keep the Somali pirates as far? No.
We're gonna bring them in.
Well, no, come in, and we don't even know who you are. You can come in illegally.
We're gonna make them Congress
just come
people.
right in.
Somali pirates.
And then the people in Minnesota were so smart that they actually elected a Somali congresswoman.
They're ahead of the game, Coach.
So let's see. I have
making
to
Michigan
show
look like a bunch
number
of-
15.
All
what
right.
James O'Keefe uncovers about this congresswoman.
All right, let's see. Clip 15.
But that's illegal. Why?
We don't get illegal. I have license. One of them.
How much are you?
Good one.
$800 a vote. I got to start going and voting in Minnesota.
A
She's the
pay to
one who
vote
came up
scheme.
with all this.
So she did it. She
Yeah.
started this whole thing with
Yeah.
the pay to vote.
Yeah.
Ilhan ya group ka.
I don't know.
So the people that work for Ilhan are actually counting the ballots, counting the vote.
So they're counting the ballots, counting the votes, and then getting paid to go and vote.
Listen, what's $800 when you're going to get $8 billion? Right? That's nothing.
It's
That's
a start,
actually
though.
a smart investment.
Yeah,
So it's
totally.
like invest $800 and then you get $8 billion back for the
It's
Somalis.
like one of those schemes that you see on like Instagram and stuff. Like, oh, Venmo me $10 and I'll Venmo you back 1,000. You ever see those schemes all the time? I used to see them all the time. They're all gone now.
I've
But
actually had a couple of princes from Africa say, "Oh, if you could just send me some money, and then when I get my money, I'll send you back a couple of million."
yeah, that's like a real
and
thing.
I'm like, "Wow, this sounds like a great deal."
It's a big time scheme. They've been doing it for years. That Venmo me $15 and I'm going to send you 1,500. I see all the time. It's
So
huge.
there's a sucker born every day. So let's go to video number 2 so we could see Ilyana Omar.
All right, here we go. Let's see.
Well, now investigators are tracking the web of fraud to other Minnesota Democrats, such as Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. Many of the suspects linked to the scheme live in her district, including a restaurant owner who hosted events for her. He has since been convicted of stealing $12 million in COVID funds.
And that restaurant too, I think that restaurant, she like partnered with him to open that restaurant. Like that restaurant opened when her campaign began to become a congressperson.
Listen, they said she married her brother to get into the country.
Yeah.
This woman does not have the highest moral standard.
No,
okay?
zero.
But the worst part of it is that I don't care if you don't like Donald Trump, but you should all be going, phew, because imagine if Tim Walz was the vice president right now.
Coach Tim Walz.
If he could manage to steal $8 billion out of Minnesota or allow it to happen under his watch, imagine what could have happened to the U.S. Treasury total.
Oh, Coach.
Think about it.
It would be brutal. I mean, everybody remembers when Tim Walz was running, we were talking about it all the time, how he wanted to make it like China. Like he wanted it to be a communist nation.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's how he's stealing money. He totally knows what's going on right under his nose, and he's complicit.
What did Trump say about Tim Walz?
Oh, I mean, Tim Walz, seriously retarded, right? That's the line.
Well,
you got to put on a T-shirt.
Let's go to video number 6. And, you know, Tim Walz is starting to feel the stress a little bit.
He is.
What's going on.
Let's see video 6 here. What's going on in his house?
And I'll tell you what, in my time on this, I'd never seen this before. People driving by my house and using the R word in front of people. This is shameful.
This is shameful.
It's shameful. Using words, calling somebody an R word. And, you know,
the R word, Coach. You signed a contract. You can't say the R word.
I actually did have to sign a contract. Well, no, I actually never signed the contract, but my son came home and said, Mom, at school, we signed contracts to never use the R word. So in this house, and he must have been about 10, 11 years old, in this house, we will not be using the R word
We're not
going
to be using it.
And for a long time, I didn't use it. And then one day we were driving, and there was like this motorcycle guy.
Yeah. And he's weaving between the cars.
He was just looking like a real
R word. A real R word? Okay.
So I said it, and he was like, my son was so upset. And after that, I said, listen, Presley, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be using that word in situations like this.
It's coming back, that word. Yeah, we're gonna have to we're bringing it back. And you know, Tim Walz, it's shameful to call people words, but you know, he was the first one a couple months ago when they tried to say that Trump died on social media, remember? And he was like, I know we all woke up all happy because it said on social media Trump died. And then, you know, he constantly calls. This is my biggest thing, right? I can't stand when liberals call you, you know, like the whole ignorant thing and call you naive and call you, you know, a fascist and all this stuff. Like they constantly call Republicans and call conservatives names all the time. And I'm not trying to defend using the R word and things like that. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying when you consistently do the thing that you get angry with people doing, it's like you're completely normalizing it.
Well, Carlos,
you're completely normalizing it.
There's a word for it. It's called hypocrisy.
Right.
They're
and it's
hypocrites.
Just, you know, it's frustrating.
They're hypocrites. So why don't we watch video number 10 so we could see ourselves, Tim Walz,
Name calling.
Being shameful.
Fascists depend on fear. The fascists depend on us going back. But we're not afraid of weird people.
Can we raise the volume on the video? Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, we have to.
No, yeah, I was trying to do it on when I was putting the clips together. But yeah, I mean, like liberals are constantly calling Trump supporters and conservatives and Republicans names all the time, and you know, but then the minute like something goes the other way, it's like you're like the worst person on planet Earth. So it's, you know, it just drives me nuts. But you know, I feel bad. Tim Walz, he says people are calling him, you know, the R word driving past his house. Let's take a look. Let's see if that's actually true. Let's check out clip 7 here.
Retard!
He gets me every time. Gets me every time.
So shameful.
Shameful.
I mean, let's not talk about the $8 billion stolen.
Right, that's not shameful. The missing money and you know moving money around illegally, that's not shameful. But if you call somebody the R word, then it's like you're a big problem. But I mean, you made that comparison last week when you said you know, you have people, right, that were complaining. Trump called the reporter a pig, called the reporter a piggy. But then, you know, those same people are the same ones that will back up Bill Clinton when he's shoving cigars up, you know, Monica Lewinsky's vagina.
Well, I got to tell you,
they're the same people. That one's okay, but one's not.
Well,
like, that's just the truth.
I was always taught that actions speak louder than words.
100%. And that's the truth.
You know, when people say things, it's a lot different than how people act. So you could be Eddie Haskell, so nice, so kind, but then behind the scenes be a real scumbag.
Yeah,
so
totally.
Let's go to video number 13 because I think we need to refresh some people's memories because this was, what, almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago.
He's so gangster.
There he is.
You look at Bill Clinton, far worse, minor words, and his was action. His was what he's done to women.
And they're all the women he abused.
The history of politics in this nation that's been so abusive to women.
Right to their face.
There he is. Told it.
Bill Clinton looks like he's going to die.
Yeah, Bill looked like he's going to
Trump
vomit
looking at
right
thumbs
there.
up.
That was the famous locker room talk debate. Was that debate right there? That was the locker room talk.
I got to tell you something, Carlos. I voted for Bill Clinton the first time.
Wow.
And that whole situation with the way that he was abusing women and the intern who was my age.
Yeah.
Because I knew I was a young person. I didn't get to go off and do the college life where I got to go party and just have, you know, I had to work full time. I went to school at night. So I could understand the kind of pressures a young woman is under. Not that it ever happened to me because I think they know I probably would have kicked them right in the balls.
Yeah, it would have been
something
a
like that would
bloodbath,
have
coach.
happened. Yeah, like I have to say, my mom raised us like she was like, I need you to be tough girls. I need you to be tough girls.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
But it's so easy for women when you imagine you're the president of the United States.
Yeah.
And you're an intern, and it's so disrespectful. Like that's not like let's have an affair. To stick a cigar in her private parts is so condescending. But everybody acted like it was nothing. They were like, "Oh, come on, what's the big deal? She wanted it." That's what the same women who were like all for women's rights, women's rights, all of a sudden could care less about this woman who were all defending Bill Clinton. And that's when I said, you're all a bunch of hypocrites.
Yeah.
And then also at the time, I'm living in New York City. And I'm seeing New York become beautiful because Rudy Giuliani's mayor.
Yeah, shout out Rudy. Best
wait a
mayor
minute.
ever.
If this is being a Republican,
Yep.
then I'm a Republican because they say it right to your face. And that's one thing that Malcolm X loved about Republicans because he always said the Democrats were a bunch of wolves in sheep clothing.
Yep.
And he's absolutely 100% correct on that.
Yeah.
And I saw it for myself in the 90s. And I really think that actions do speak louder than words. And our president is 100% right. So when he calls somebody a pig, is that really as bad as taking advantage of an intern in the White House, in the Oval Office? I don't think so. And if you could stand behind Bill Clinton, don't put me down because I just laugh off Trump's stupid comments.
Trump calling her a pig.
You know? I mean, give me a break already. I'm so tired of the hypocrisy.
It's the truth. It's 100% hypocrisy. And it's just frustrating because, you know, I think anybody could say, you know, when you talk to somebody, anybody could say like, you know, the nation's divided, right? You have this divide in the country, and it's like you want to build a divide. Nobody wants to be such a divided nation where everybody hates each other and it's like one side or the other. No, I don't think anybody wants that.
It's done by design, though.
Right, it is done by design, 100%. And we talked about it with the color theory last week in last week's episode. But it's just frustrating because, you know, you want to have, you know, friendships. You want to have, you know, able to have civil conversation with somebody on this side. But then it's like you said, it's the hypocrisy where it's like, oh, you can't say that somebody is nasty or somebody's a pig, but then, you know, oh, I'm going to support, you know, somebody who's sexually assaulted somebody because they're on my side of the aisle. Like it's just I don't know.
Carlos,
it's
you know
terrible.
what else is the worst form of hypocrisy to me? Is when somebody is your friend. Right? When they say, oh, we're friends, and they love to hang out with you, they think you're a great person, they give you a TV show because they think you're so great, you're playing golf, they're inviting you to weddings, all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, because you come down the escalator and you have an R next to your name and not a D, they hate you, and that's what they did to Donald Trump. You want to talk about hypocrisy? Everybody loved him. I grew up in New York. I grew up with him. I know how much they loved him. But let's play video number 5 because this is going to be an eye-opening experience for a lot of you people who are not used to New York politics.
All right, let's take a look. Clip number 5.
who will assume the leadership to make it happen?
You know, it really takes people that have the courage of a Donald Trump to know that people like Trump are not going to be intimidated. That people like Trump can decide what they think is good for America and have enough self-confidence that they're going to make it. And people like Trump will know that if the green part of Harlem and East Harlem and Washington Heights was to find itself going anywhere near Trump Tower, he'd have a problem. The idea is to have Trump's presence throughout this island and the Trumps throughout this country to provide the leadership in saying, I am not involved in social services, but if you want me here the same way you're inviting me to go to South Africa, show me how I can make money, because wherever it is, I can be successful. And that also means that the Trumps are going to ask, if we come up there, what will the school system produce? What will the health system produce? What will the crime situation be? Can I make that dollar, or do I become a social scientist? And then the mayors come forward and say, we want to be your partner. We know that we can't do your job as well as you can.
Yeah.
You know what that's called?
What's that called, Coach?
Partnership.
Yeah.
That's called, and this is Trump in 1998. So the same time that Bill Clinton was in the Oval Office shoving a cigar up Monica Lewinsky's twat,
Nope.
there was Donald Trump at the Rainbow Coalition meeting with black leaders. And who are they saying the kind of leader we need for this country? Donald Trump.
So did Obama. Obama said it too.
No, but Obama said Donald Trump was the American dream.
Yeah.
It was the Rainbow Coalition with Charlie Rangel. And let me tell you, Charlie Rangel got a little bit of trouble with the Dominican Republic because every politician's a little crooked. But I got to tell you, he's from Manhattan. He was from Harlem. I love Charlie Rangel. I grew up with Charlie Rangel too. But if you notice, listening to Charlie Rangel, he's a man who wants the partnership.
Right.
And that is something that we have gone away for too long in this country because we're so busy calling each other names.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, I have to be honest with you, at some point, you have to stop feeling sorry for yourself about being wrong and doubling down and tripling down and trying to give people mental problems by calling them names and accusing them of being things just because they support Donald Trump. It's not right. It's not right.
You're 100% right.
Because the thing is that we have to stop calling each other names and start partnering together.
Yeah.
Where you could have a Charlie Rangel, who's a Democrat, work with a smart businessman and make the community thrive for everyone.
Yeah.
That's what we need in this country.
100%. But you know, Ma, and I said this to you at home when we were talking about the show and talking about what we wanted to, show. And the biggest thing for me in that clip in particular, the biggest takeaway for me is that Charlie Rangel said, we need to work with successful business owners and successful business people like Donald Trump to work with the government to create beauty, right? And the one thing that I notice all the time now in today's society is, how do we tear down the 1%, right? That's the big Democrat thing. Tax the oligarchs, tax these people, tax up, tear them down, tear them down. Like they always want to tear down the successful business people rather than ask them and say, let's work together to create something successful. They just want to tear it down.
But I think you're wrong there, because it's not tearing down the 1%, because it's the 1% controlling all of this. What they're trying to do is distract us from their corporate greed and their thievery, and they're trying to attack the upper middle class. And they're trying to create class warfare where the lower class people and the upper middle class people are at war with each other. And the 1% is sitting on their perch and they're watching all of it. They're in charge of the newspapers, and they say, don't look at Amazon. Don't look at Amazon, because if you look at Amazon, we don't pay people a living wage enough. We don't give people benefits.
Right.
A lot of our workers are on public assistance. They're also getting, benefits from the government. We don't hire them full time. Like, there's so many evil, disgusting things going on with the 1%. So we're not going after the 1%. What we're doing is they're trying to create class warfare where it's the middle class versus the poorer, lower middle class, or the poor people. And they're trying to make people jealous of each other. What they try to do in the black community, oh, if you support Donald Trump, you're an Uncle Tom. You can't be black and support Donald Trump. Oh, so Jesse Jackson could be friends with Donald Trump. Charlie Rangel could support Donald Trump. But now all of a sudden, Donald Trump is a Republican. And it's like, no, that goes against the script. We have to hate Donald Trump. But there's a woman who I think put it perfectly together. Let's go to video number 8, Yabui.
All right, let's go.
You can have a video camera, video footage, secret footage of a group of Democrats sitting around the table, and they're saying, well, we hate them. We hate black people. We just gonna hurt them and take away this and that, and they still gonna vote for us, dummies. And black people will hear that and see that and go, well, I ain't voting Republican. What? And let me just add to that. They'll see another piece of video footage with Republicans sitting around going, how can we get black people to know that we are on their side? How can we bring better schools, economic growth to their neighborhoods, safety so we can get crime and drugs off the street? And we're going to make sure that they have all the resources that they need to build so that they can be entrepreneurs and have generational wealth. We got a plan, and they lay out the plan, and these are all Republicans. You can show that video footage to black people and say, yeah, but I heard they were racist.
They're racist.
They're racist.
Because that's the word.
That's the line. That's the line.
They're racist.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's how we're going to make you hate that person.
Right.
No, they could be doing everything right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but I heard that they're racist, so who cares? I'd rather cut my nose off to spite my face. Like, that's honestly, I mean, you know, I have to say,
But
Father
half the
Craig,
time it's a lie, too, though. Like, half the time it's a lie.
It is a lie. It is a lie. But the thing is that if they hear that word, just like he's sexist, he called a woman a pig. He could be doing everything.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's sexist. How about he was mad at that reporter?
Right.
So he said, you know, you're being a pig. We have Pig of the Week.
We do have Pig of the Week.
mean,
We're going to get to
you
it.
know,
Yeah,
I'm
Pig of the
sorry,
Week.
but
Love Pig of the Week.
it's like, but you know, my priest, I have to say, is a man who has a way with words where he can really get through your head. And
Okay.
one thing that
What
he
does he
said, people cannot get past their own securities and focus only on externals and on the shortcomings of others instead of the work of the conversion of their heart with Christ. So we have to take seriously our own call to holiness and fulfill our obligations to the love of Christ. So essentially what he's saying is it starts with you. It starts with me.
Yep.
Where am I saying yes to the Lord and doing what he wants me to do rather than saying, no, I can't work with that person, they're a racist. No, I can't work with that person, they're poor or they're rich or they're an a-hole, they're uneducated.
They're a Trump supporter.
I mean, they're labels all over the place.
Yeah.
And rather than saying, oh, wow, Jesus Christ came down from heaven, he was humble, born as a man.
Mm-hmm.
Like how this is God. This is God, and he the most humble of acts, so that he could experience what it is to be human and show us how to defeat evil.
Yeah.
And we're gonna focus, and you know, as it says in the Bible, stop worrying about the splinter in your neighbor's eye when you got a log sticking out of yours.
Right.
Like, stop talking about the evil of other people and start to love your enemies. Start to forgive people.
Right.
And the problem is, Carlos, is because our country is a great nation.
It's a great,
and the only way to undermine our nation is by dividing us.
Yeah, 100% right.
You know, we were founded on Judeo-Christian values.
Yep.
And let me tell you, in the book of Isaiah, I have to say, they talk about a time where the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon them, a spirit of wisdom, of understanding, a spirit of counsel and of strength, a spirit of knowledge, and a fear of the Lord. And his delight shall be the fear of the Lord. Right?
Yep.
And then the Lord, will strike down the ruthless with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall slay the wicked. Okay? The wolf shall be a guest to the lamb. The cow and the bear shall be neighbors. A baby shall play by the cobra's den. I mean, He's talking about people from all walks of life that should not be able to get along, to be able to coexist with the love of Jesus Christ. Isaiah is foreseeing Jesus being born eventually.
Yeah.
And
that's
only
exactly what he's
in
doing.
a Christian Judeo value nation can everyone coexist, in my opinion, without killing each other.
Yeah, and you're 100% right.
I mean, what other nation? Like, this is, so what do they have to do? They have to go and they have to lie to you. They have to brainwash you. And I don't get mad when people say things, oh, well, that person's this. I don't get mad at them because I go, you know what? This person was clearly brainwashed. And that's why we do this podcast.
Yeah.
The reason why we're doing this podcast is because we want to bring our nation together, not tear it apart.
Right.
We want to love each other. We want to be like, you know what? We need to focus on Jesus and learn to love each other so that way we have a future for our children.
Yeah.
Because that's what
Amen.
it's all about. If we tear down this country, where are they going to go?
Nowhere.
Where are they going?
Nowhere fast. Nowhere
They're all
fast.
running over here.
But you know what, Coach? It's funny you say that, right? Because people get a little bit offended when you say, "Oh, you know, this country was built on Judeo-Christian values," right? It's a big time thing, and people get all mad. They're like, "Oh, what do you mean Judeo-Christian values?" And the one thing that I find really interesting, and we were talking about this last night, is this country, right, founded with Christian values. Everybody was, you know, followers of Jesus Christ, and the second thing that they put down right after the freedom of speech to be able to voice your opinion in this country, the second thing they put down was you're able to have whatever religion you want and be free in this country. Any religion you want, believe whatever you want to believe, and you'll be free in this country. Not like, oh, you have to be Christian or you
have
be
to
killed.
be Catholic. You have to be Protestant.
Right.
You have to be, it's freedom of religion, to each his own conscience. Remember when we showed the picture that I have hanging in my wall in the dining room?
Yep.
Like,
amen.
It's just, we have to get back to loving each other
100%.
and working together. We're going to all have different opinions on things. Like, we're not always going to agree on everything, but what the key to being a successful country is to take the best ideas from everybody.
Yeah.
You go in, you have a conversation, you all have different ideas, you take the best from everybody, and you work together because we're supposed to love this country. And I don't feel that people are loving this country, and I don't feel that people want us to be a successful country. And I think it's because they don't love themselves. I honestly don't feel that people truly love themselves.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's a lot of people like that. But I do believe that there are people that from the other side that do love the country and want the country to be great. And I think that a lot of it has to do with not seeing like different perspectives on things, not understanding the full picture, maybe not enough, you know, they haven't seen enough, right? Maybe let's say they haven't experienced enough.
That's true, because I do know libs who love the country.
Right, I know a ton of people that are on the other side of the aisle that love this country and you know, love the veterans, love you know, what this country stands for, and I think that out of the goodness of their hearts too. Because I will say, right, with immigration, it's tough because there are a lot of people that come across illegally that want to live a better life. And I do feel for those people 100%. Like I want everybody to have an opportunity to be American because being American is great, but you have to do it legally.
Yeah.
And you have to, you know, follow the law and do it the right way. You can't just come and go as you please. And I see the argument.
Listen, Carlos,
but
we do have to vet people.
No,
because,
100%.
I mean, we live in a civilization. Yes. And not everybody is ready to just come into our civilization.
Totally.
Show video number 14 because this shocked me.
Yeah, let's see it.
I worked in a major food production facility that supplies the United States and Canada with food. I watched as they brought Somalians in, and they began to urinate and defecate wherever they pleased within this food production facility plant. We had to put up signs explaining how to use the bathroom correctly, but yet it was never corrected.
Wow.
Listen.
I want to know what company that is.
I remember back in the late 90s, early 2000s, when the evil bastards on Wall Street just couldn't make enough money that they had to get rid of the IT departments and start outsourcing those jobs to India. Mm-hmm. So I had a friend who works for a company that makes billions, okay? There's no reason why they couldn't hire Americans, but they're just such greedy bastards. Yep. But anyway, so she had to go to India to go work with the IT department that was offshore that was going to be replacing all the Americans.
Yeah.
First of all, they're untouchables in India. So that shocked her, that there's actually a class in their society that they go, that person's untouchable. You can't even look at them. You can't go near them. You can't touch them. But then
It's really
she's
terrible.
going on her way to the office, and people are just dropping their pants, taking a dump on the side of the road. True story. I'm not making this up.
Wow.
That's their society.
Yeah.
They're
that's
not
true. That is
potty
their
trained the
society.
same way that they are in our society, okay? I mean, honestly, I potty trained 3 out of my 4 kids. One was a genius, potty trains himself. But I potty
Brilliant.
trained 3 out of my 4 kids. It is a process. Any
Yeah.
mother knows you have to go through the potty training system.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that you have to vet the people who come in this country. Presley Scott.
Oh, wow.
He really, I'm not kidding you. This kid was 2 years old, but plus he had 2 older brothers. So he watched his brothers and he was like, I don't need pull-ups. Or he's like, I'm using the potty. And he went and used the adult, like he didn't even use the potty. He like went straight to the toilet. And he
Straight
was
to the
just
big bowl.
Yeah, like,
No,
Presley,
not messing around there.
Yeah, he was very impressive. I have to say, I think God also needed to give me a break mentally because I was going through it. Like I was under a lot of stress at the time. And God was like, okay, we're just going to make sure this one potty trains himself. I don't think she could do this again.
Yeah.
And by the time I had Olivia, I had some nice space in between. So I was able to handle it
Get
again.
a little bit of a break.
But we really have to think about the people that we let into this country.
Yeah.
And the thing
totally.
is that we have these evil people that are working behind the scenes, doing nothing but trying to divide us
Yeah.
and undermine our society.
Right.
And it's like they're so evil that none of us could even imagine the kind of evil that they're up to because it's just not in our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're just so mad at each other on a small scale. But I really want to show video number 3 because I think that this might give some people some insight into the people who really want to see us all dead.
I could argue in the developed countries, the big winners are countries that have shrinking populations.
You do not even have to have elections anymore because you can already predict and afterwards you can say, why do we need elections? Because we know what the result will be.
Our primary mission is, in fact, to set a global standard for the world for behavior.
What we are very proud of now is the young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, is that we penetrate the cabinets.
You want the function, you want the service, right? Why do you want to own a cell phone if you can just lease it? And if you lease, why shouldn't you lease your refrigerator or your washing machine or your dishwasher?
I can't imagine that.
Why do you want to own it?
I propose putting an end to anonymity on social media.
If 1 billion people stop eating meat, I tell you it has a big impact.
Can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains? And we measure your brain waves.
There's some really interesting research that we can plant false memories in the brain. People believing that they've been at Disney World with characters who are not Disney characters, taking photographs with those characters.
And substituting humans for machines is going to be far easier in those countries that have declining populations.
Wow.
First of all, MK Ultra.
That's unbelievable.
Giving people fake memories, MK Ultra.
Yeah.
That's what that is right there.
I can't believe that.
It's
video.
MK Ultra. Then the other thing, they don't want you to eat meat because they don't want you to be strong.
Yeah.
They want you to be weak and do you know Aldi's? Every time people go to Aldi's, they're always putting these videos on TikTok saying GMOs, genetically modified foods. Like it's not even real food.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. Yeah, and Aldi's is, I mean, that is the replacement for Winn-Dixie, right? Aldi's bought out Winn-Dixie.
And it's all genetically modified foods.
Yeah,
there's not one thing in there
crazy.
that's natural in that Aldi's. And I think it comes from like Germany or something like that.
You guys, no Aldi's. We got to get away from Aldi's. Walmart Fresh Market is all about that.
This is the WEF, the World Economic Forum. They go, they meet, and they talk about our future. And we're not a part of the conversation. Mm-hmm. We're not involved in that conversation. They're deciding how society's going to go.
Right.
You're going to stop eating meat. We're going to give you fake memories. We're going to replace you with machines. How about that? I mean, it really is so awful.
It's terrible. It's terrible. But you're right. I mean, they say it right to your face. They're telling you exactly what they're going to do. But the worst part is that 90% of the people won't see it, because they don't broadcast it. The media companies won't cover it. So you have no idea. And they're out here at these forums and they're talking about it. And you just have no clue because you'll never see that on the news. Nobody will ever say that to you. Ever.
No.
Ever.
Because they're all in on it. It is the interlocking corporations. I know I've explained it before. But
No
let's
sound on the Economic Forum clip.
Oh no.
We had no sound on that one. I heard it on my. I heard it in my headphones.
Yeah,
here.
I heard it through the headphones too.
Chad, anybody else not hear that that last one? That last clip?
I don't know. Maybe it was just. Well, why don't we go to the part 2,
All right.
video number 4.
Let's go to part 2 here.
What do we need humans for? Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Do you have an answer in the book?
At present, the best guess we have is keep them happy with drugs and computer games. Most people will be willing to give up their privacy in exchange for much better healthcare based on 24 hours monitoring of what's happening inside their bodies. Humans are now hackable animals. This soul or spirit, and they have free will, and nobody knows what's happening inside me. That's over. The real aim of science as a project, as an establishment, is not truth, it's power. The idea of the social credit is to monetize everything, to give value to every single thing you do in life. It's a function of surveillance. It has positive potential in some regard.
Was that a horn growing out of the back of his head? Because
I
I swear,
think
I
it
think I
might
was
be.
just watching a demon, some kind of devil right there.
Yeah.
It looked like
Yeah.
there was a horn growing out of the back of his head. I mean, to take away free will, what is that? Like that, like that's why we're not pets.
It's disgusting.
We're children of God. God didn't make pets when
Talk
he
about
made humans.
Nazi. Talk about Nazi. That was
Oh, for
total
sure.
Nazi. That was total Nazi. To take away people's free will. And then the social credit thing. Like imagine that.
That's how they operate in China.
Imagine that. Social credit.
That's how they operate in China. They all have social credit scores.
It's terrible. It's
I checked
terrible.
mine once.
How bad?
It wasn't good
I can imagine.
because I have a big mouth.
They'd see us on the show. We would be like as low as
We
you
would
can
be
go.
in the gutter.
Yeah.
All right.
We'd be
And
hanging out in the sewer tunnels.
you know, the people who go with the flow and do everything they're told, their
Right.
social credit scores are much higher.
Yeah, huge.
I mean, it really is
Show,
the
but
truth.
those,
And it's you know,
Antifa
there's a lot of pressure. Like this is the United States of America. Like
Yeah.
you should be able to say what you want. You should be able to go to church. Like if you don't have free
100%.
will, and what is he saying? He just wants people to pretty much get high and stay home and play video games
And do nothing.
Wasn't that the
And do
social
nothing.
experiment during COVID?
Yeah, it's during COVID. I mean, but there was nothing else you could do. They shut everything
Right,
down.
but that's what
Changed
they were.
everything.
That's what they were experimenting with.
Yeah.
And what was so odd is like when we came to Florida, everything was open and things were normal.
Yeah.
However, when I went back to New York in the summer of 2024,
Okay.
I have to tell you, I went to a restaurant and it was empty. And I
Yeah.
asked the guy, I said, "How are you staying in business? Where are the people?"
Right.
He goes, "Look." And on the counter and on the bar, all bags of food lined up for the DoorDash. Because the people
DoorDash
in
to go.
Manhattan were so used to not leaving their apartments
Right.
that you would just see people all over the place just DoorDash.
100%. Yeah. No, it's true.
I mean, it's like, that's terrible. Like, where is the human connection?
The human connection's gone, and that's you're 100% right. The idea of going into the bar and going to the restaurant like that has slowly gotten so like it's just constantly diminishing. Like people just don't want to do it anymore. They don't. Everything's electronic. Talk online, chat rooms, talk to AI, talk to like it's all like it's very slowly diminishing. It's really bad. It's really not good, especially for the future generations. I mean, it's nervous-some. I mean, it's really easy to get nervous about it. But
Well, I really hope that everybody who's listening to us takes this time during the Advent season and really don't be self-deluded, pray, be humble, and go visit your family this Christmas.
yeah,
Whether they're a Democrat or they're Republican, whether they like hip hop and you like country, whether they like the arroz con gandules and you prefer the chicken parmesan, just get together and love one another. And
Chicken
let's
parm's
get
great.
back to that human experience again.
Yeah.
Let's have big family dinners. Let's just stop with the nonsense that these globalists are trying to project on us. Because it is a very evil, it's like there's this wicked plan going on in the background.
Yeah.
And it's like you could feel the confusion. You could feel that something is not right, but you just can't put your finger on it. And, you know, like you watch the news and there's a story one day, it's gone the next.
Right.
And you know what we need to do? We need to get away from the news. We need to get away. Well, or
we got to take a break. We have to be positive, man. Like I talked about it last episode. Like it's so draining all the time. It's just negativity. Always negativity. And the fact that people really feel like if you're on one side or the other, like that's it. Like, and it's like we can't coexist because you're on the other side and I'm on the other side. Like you have to be able to still love it and be with the people that are on that have different opinions than you. Like, or if you don't want that or you don't think that that's possible, go to China, move away, go somewhere else where that is the acceptable norm. That it's one side or nothing. Because this is the United States of America, and you're able to have different opinions, and you're able to still love and be with people and have relationships with people that have different views. Like that's just what it is. That's what this country is for and what it's all about.
Well, let me ask you this. Can we agree that Trump stopping what was going on in Gaza a good thing? Yabui, let's play video number 9.
You would think that'd be agreeable.
Can we all agree on this? The Bethlehem Christmas tree is lit for the first time.
Yep. Look at that. Beautiful tree.
I mean, that is an accomplishment.
It's
they
huge.
can put a Christmas tree up.
Fake tree, though.
Well, I think that we should do
It's
video
total plastic
11
piece
and
of shit
show
tree.
our beautiful tree in this country.
All right, let's show it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, for anybody listening on the radio, instead of a star, we had the screaming liberal when Trump got sworn in.
The lady
we
that,
just have to have a little fun. But why don't we go to video number 12? Because this is what we really need to be focusing on.
100%. Great. Yeah.
Christians everywhere rejoice at the miracle in Bethlehem more than 2,000 years ago, when the Son of God, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, came down from heaven to be with us. You're right. Full of grace and truth, he brought the gift of God's love into the world and the promise of salvation for every person and every nation. Tonight, this beautiful evergreen tree glows bright on the dark and cold winter night and reminds us of the words of Gospel of John, "In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind." Beautiful words. With the birth of Jesus, human history turned from night to day. His word and his example call us to love one another, to serve one another, and to honor the sacred truth that every child is specially made in the image of God.
In the image of God, Coach.
Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel. Mary said yes. And as Father Grant said, when are we saying yes in our own lives? Right?
What was that, Coach? Is that like a responsorial psalm you tried to hit us with there? What was that? What are we doing here?
When are we saying yes in our own lives? That's what you do in church with the responsorial psalm. But honestly, like today is, when we celebrate Mary, when the angel Gabriel visits Mary and it's the Immaculate Conception. And, right? Wasn't it the Immaculate Conception? Is that the name of the Mass today? I don't want to get it wrong.
No, that is, yeah. You're right.
Hold
Correct.
on. Let me make sure. Yes, Immaculate Mary. We're celebrating Immaculate Mary.
Immaculate Mary.
So the angel Gabriel goes, "Hail, full of grace, the Lord is with you." And he says, "Do not be afraid, Mary, for you have found favor with God. Behold, you will conceive in your womb and bear a son, and you shall name him Jesus. He will be great and will be called the Son of the Most High."
Mm-hmm.
And then the first thing she goes, "How can this be since I've never been with a man? The Holy Spirit will come upon you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you. Therefore, the child to be born will be called Holy, the Son of God." And he goes on to say that your cousin Elizabeth, the older woman who was barren is going to have a child as well.
Yeah,
and that
John the
turns
Baptist.
out to be John the Baptist. And does Mary say, listen, this is wild. I'm sorry, I'm not the one. Right? She doesn't say that. She doesn't say,
Yeah.
listen, I'm sorry, I'm out of here. This is just too much.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm all right.
She says, behold, I am the handmaid of the Lord. May it be done to me according to your word. And then the angel left.
That was it. It was like, all right,
done.
we got what we needed.
We got
Thanks.
it. We got the okay.
Yep.
And that is what makes Mary so great, because she said yes.
Yeah, 100%.
We got Jesus. Had she said no, we don't know what would have happened.
Right.
And you got to respect that.
Yeah.
And if you think Mary's just like you're wrong. She's blessed among all women.
That's
okay?
right. Blessed amongst
Hail
all
Mary,
women.
full of grace. There's so much grace that she became the mother of God.
Tons and tons of grace.
Yeah.
Can't get enough grace.
So, you know, let's try to show each other some grace and try to love one another this holiday season.
100%. You're 100%
You know?
right, Coach.
We have to prepare ourselves.
Yeah.
Because life is short. And if you think that God is going to be asking you who you voted for, you're out of your mind.
Right. You're not going to get up there and be like, hey, what box did you check off?
Mhm.
You know, who was it? Who was it? Was it Hillary? Or was it Donald?
Oh, gosh. Could you imagine?
Yeah. Kamala. You know, I mean,
Or
it's...
Tim, that R word, that R word.
Yeah, that R word. Peter would be letting it fly, though, up there, you know. He's got no filter.
But Carlos, in the spirit of sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Pig of the week.
Oh, Pig of the week. Is it time? Is it time?
Yeah, we didn't forget this week.
We got to
Pig
get
of
a
the
graphic
week.
that comes up. Pick of the week graphic. I think we need that for the show.
Well, video number 19.
Oh, yes. This is why I didn't want to do, I need the lights off, the bright lights. I'm so sorry, but I am about to get on. Bernard, I need you to turn these off. These that are killing me. Hang on one second, everybody. No, we should put the computer up. Yes, yes, we should have. Yes. Okay, everybody, I'm not that dark.
Now the lights went off.
Just a minute.
And now she's in the hallway.
Okay, everybody, I'm sorry about that.
Pig of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Pig of the week right
You know
there.
how many people are going to be mad at me now?
Yeah,
How could you be a woman? How could you
we're
be a
screwed.
woman? You know what you are? You're a shister, not a sister.
Yep. Yeah,
That's
we're going
what
to hear
they're
about
gonna
that
tell
one.
me. Because that's what we do in this country. Rather than saying, you know what, Lisanne has a sense of humor I don't agree with, but I know she's a good person. She does a lot of good things. I may not agree with everything, but no, they're going to be dragging me through the mud.
Poor Coach.
But you know what? We got to stop doing that.
Yeah.
We have to say, you know what? That was a joke. Get over it. It may not be your cup of tea, but that doesn't mean you throw the baby out with the bathwater. My mother loved that expression.
No, that's a good expression, Coach. I haven't heard that one in a long time. That was pretty good there that you slid that in. That was not bad. Yeah, you're 100% right. We got to learn how to just, you know, it's okay. It's okay to have a different opinion. It's okay to if someone finds something funny and then somebody doesn't find something funny. Like, it's okay, guys. That's why we live in this country. Everything's going to be fine. This is Christmas time. We got to get back to loving one another, get back to loving the holiday spirit. And let's have a good holiday season. Let this be the start that in 2026 we start to bring the bridge together. I know we said that last year, but let's just try to continue to do it, right? Because we really need to in this country.
I really want to do it in 2026. And I'm
100%.
healthy this year, so I'm not going to be on the disabled list. So I'm going to be ready.
You're going to be ready,
I'm gonna
Coach.
be ready.
Have you started thinking about the holiday menu? I know you had a...
The holiday menu.
The holiday menu?
Listen, I have 4 kids and a husband.
Yep.
And we're a mixed, we are American. My
We're
husband's
American.
Italian.
Yep.
Now, my mother's Puerto Rican. And my father is the Heinz 57 American. All right? Like, he is the American white guy that has everything like American. Like, he's been, right? So I have the one child who loves the Italian food.
Yep.
And then my husband needs an 8-hour lasagna. Nobody would really need the 8, but he
I
needs
need the 8-hour lasagna.
The 8-hour
I need
lasagna.
it.
It takes
I
me 8 hours
need
to make
it.
this lasagna.
Need it.
Then I have my Puerto Rican son who loves the arroz con gandules.
Yep.
And, you know, the plátanos.
Mm-hmm. Tostones.
And the pernil. Oh, yeah, tostones. Like, so that's going to be another night.
Yep.
Then my other son is more, he's a chicken guy. So he likes the chicken parmesan.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
It's good stuff.
But I have to say, Olivia's kind of like me. I love the prime rib.
The prime rib's unbelievable too.
Oh my
Prime rib's
gosh.
unreal.
So I must be dreaming about this prime rib because I only get it once a year. And
Right.
it's always Christmas Eve. Last night, I swear, I keep hearing my ancestors, Scottish beef. Scottish beef. You need Scottish beef. And I'm like, Scottish beef. I wake up, I need to get Scottish beef. And I'm Googling, where can I get Scottish beef? And they're like showing me maps, literally in Scotland, because I guess it's in the Highlands and they eat the best grass. I can't get it here in Pensacola. I don't think I can get it in the United States.
Here in Pensacola.
Yeah, so I was like, why did you wake me up telling me Scottish beef when I can't even get it?
You maybe have to fly to Scotland and try to import it somewhere.
I had one Scottish beef. I went to the Savoy when your father was working in London, and let me tell you, that was the best meal I ever had in
Maybe
my life.
we can broker some sort of peace deal with the narco terrorists, and maybe they could smuggle us some Scottish beef.
It'll get blown up.
And in exchange, we won't blow them out of the water.
It'll get blown up.
Come on, help us out a little bit.
But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to my prime rib.
Yeah,
my
the
Yorkshire
prime rib's
pudding
great. Yeah, it's so good. Oh, the whole, it's the best. It's just the best. I can't wait for the holidays. We're 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
We're 2 weeks out from Christmas. So let's go, baby. Let's go. It's coming up quick.
I want to say a happy birthday to my sister Charlotte.
Woo!
I will not divulge her age, but I will say happy birthday. I love you so much. I love you.
Happy birthday, Aunt Charlotte. We're so happy. That's awesome. I'm very, very excited for you guys.
Yeah, and I
Enjoy
can't
your
wait
week.
to see my mother. I'm finally, because you know the surgeries, I couldn't go visit her, so now I'm going to go visit her and spend some time with her. So
That'll
I'm
be
so
great.
excited.
That'll be great.
I'm really like, that's what the holiday season is about.
That's right.
You know?
Amen.
You go to church, you pray, you get your spirit ready, you spend time with the ones you love.
Yep. Absolutely. You crushed it there, Coach. Guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. For those who've been hanging out with us tonight, I know it's different. It's on a different night. We're getting back. We'll be back Wednesday, normal time, normal day of the week. Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Central time. We'll be back on our regular schedule. Guys, go follow our social media platforms. I know I'm pointing. The box is in my way. The social media platforms, guys. Make sure you guys are following that and making sure if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. If you're watching on our other platforms, this will be on Rumble. If you're watching on Rumble, make sure you guys hit the like button and hit the share button, hit the follow button. Guys, just share it. Let's get the Christmas season going here, right? Let's start it off and finish it on a positive note too. And I'm excited, Coach.
I'm excited
too. We're getting close.
And when you're not watching Make the Right Play, listen to Christmas carols.
Yes, enjoy some Christmas. Enjoy some Mariah. Enjoy some Mariah before she gets back on ice. All right.
Charlie Brown.
That's right. That's right. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next Wednesday, baby. Regular time. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Boop, boop.